So if he's on the other side, he's out of our range. The one that's gobbling at the moment. Unless, if he's heading west, we can still jump over and hunt all this right here, which kind of sounds like that's what he's doing. As it started out, that creek runs through here and wraps back around. So it kind of sounds like from the few gobbles that we've gotten that he's actually heading himself west.
Sit and chill until we hear something. It's really hard to walk around blindly and not know what's around in the open. It'll scare anything that you see. So we need something to talk to us.
This is my daughter, Katelyn Mounce.
This is my dad, Wendall Mounce.
Deer, wild pigs, turkeys, ducks, and geese is primarily what we hunt. It's kind of in the area where we live.
And the fishing, my favorite is fly fishing for trout is definitely my favorite, but we do crappie fishing as well. Yeah, I think the earliest that I can remember is probably a deer blind hunt that we did with my cousin, and I just remember falling asleep, and when I woke up there was this deer and he killed that deer. I thought that was pretty cool. I eventually, how old was I when I killed my first turkey?
You were 9.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time together with it. So, you know, she started hunting, I can't remember how young, packing along, I think one of the first deer hunts I can remember. She fell asleep in a blind when I had my nephew along. A lot of our hunting together, we deer hunted a lot together too. And she's kind of hit the age to where I want to deer hunt on my own, so I get it all set up for her, so she goes and hunts on her own. So this year she killed her biggest deer and killed it all on her own by herself. So very proud of her on that.
He did not believe me. I called him like, I killed that buck. He's like, no, you didn't. Like, yes, I did. It's been going good so far. We got up early and we came up through the power lines, and set up on this spot that he scouted out a few days ago, that he saw a few turkeys run through, like just a very active area that they like to walk through. And we had one hen come in, something earlier before she came in, we heard spook a hen very close to us. It could have been her, and then she eventually came in, and then she went off, and we decided to hop up, and we've moved, and now we're just sitting kind of on top of the hill, just waiting.
Turkey hunting is really fun. That's what we do the most of, I think, together. It's just, we can hunt together and a lot of camaraderie with it. Deer hunting, when you're deer hunting together, I feel like, you know, lots of times we're still hunting, so we're sitting in a tree stand or a blind or something like that, so it's fun. You're being able to talk, you know, back and forth. But with the turkey hunting, it's very mobile for how we like to turkey hunt, so we're all the time running around, and where did you hear this turkey? Is it there? Is it there? You know, sometimes you think it's a different spot, and then crawling on the ground together and sneaking up behind the decoys sometimes. So it can be really action-packed. So yeah. So she's been really successful too, though. So I'm guessing she's maybe killed 10 turkeys by now. I'd have to go back and count. So
it's one of my favorite things to do every year. I mean, it's a very big thing that me and him bond with, and I don't know, I just make the best memories with it, and it just fills me with so much joy of having family and having time to make memories and things in common. It's incredible, honestly. Some of my favorite stories.
It is. Good times together.
It's a second day of season. We picked this day instead of opening day just because the first day was going to have a whole lot of wind. And with the little previous scouting, I noticed that the birds were not gobbling a whole lot. So I was a little concerned to put in a hunt on a super windy day, not being able to locate the birds. So just waiting one day was going to put us on a much better day. But already knowing that they weren't gobbling a little bit or a lot had me a little bit concerned. So starting out in the morning, we had an idea where we thought they would be set up. Heard a couple gobbles, but maybe only 3 or 4 way in the distance. It wasn't many. Hoping that they were going to come into our area, and it didn't really happen. Had a hen walk in on us, and then everything went silent. But as for typical turkey hunting, that happens a lot, to where maybe the birds hit the ground and they have a hen, they shut up and they don't talk much. So I knew that we just needed to stay positive and keep moving, and just keep calling, keep looking, and eventually you can finally spot one out in a field that might just be strutting and not saying anything. Or come midday, you usually run into a bird that will lose his hen, and they'll gobble just a little bit, and they tend to be a little bit easier to kill. And luckily enough for us, stopping and taking a small break, and knowing that possibility could happen, it worked out good for us.
Where did we?
Snickers.
Eating a little snack at the truck and just talking, taking a little break, and all of a sudden I look at him, I'm like, was that a turkey? And then we heard it again, and I was like, oh, he's close. So we grab everything and we run over, and we weren't really that far from the truck, honestly. We go into this brush that's over here, and there's a pond real close to us, and we had a feeling that he was going to that, and we wanted to get him to us before he would see our vehicles and spook him off. So we just kind of ran into the timber, and it had a little bit of an open area, and we sat down, and he came after some calls, and he was walking away for a moment, but eventually we got him to come back over, and it was a pretty long shot. I had many openings in front of me. I was like, okay, I've got something here, 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 and he did not hit a single one of them because he was just like a whole tree line back behind it. So eventually I got a nice opening and I drilled him. Got him! Drilled him!
Go get him.
Woo! Okay, when I start hearing him calling and I'm hearing this turkey gobble, I'm like, okay, my heart's pounding and I'm breathing like crazy. And I'm usually just take a deep breath and just slowly follow him. And eventually I'm like, okay, I got a shot. I'm gonna take it. And I think I've almost always killed a turkey, so it's always so much fun.
She's a very good shot. She's missed much less than I have on turkeys.
He's a good Tom. Got some age to him.
Take
Awesome.
your face mask off so I can see you. See you smile.
What do you think about hunting turkey?
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's one of my favorite sports ever. This is awesome.
He's pretty fan.
Oh yes, look at his colors.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
How do you feel?
Excited. Oh, that was a long walk. We had a lot of walking and no talking, and all of a sudden, he's right there. That's awesome.
Yeah, we
Look at that.
a mile or two on.
Yeah, it's so humid today too. That's awesome.
Yeah, hopefully at one day she's doing the calling and guiding for me and pushing me around in a wheelchair so I can still kill a turkey.
There he is. Boom. Yeah. I'd say I just hope for what we have been doing for many years. I mean, all of our memories are so incredible when it comes to hunting. It's just how we have found our way to bond as father and daughter. And I pray to God that that continues for the rest of our lives as long as we can, and maybe hopefully in the future some more come along and join us in those and more memories. But if not, I just love my time with my dad. Yeah, I lost all my info.
What'd you say?
So checking the turkey in is quite an easy process, especially now that we have that mobile e-check thing that we can do. It's always been very easy because I think some of mine had to be checked in like that growing up, and you had to go and take it and check it in.
I don't know.
Did I ever have to
I don't
do
know
that?
when the transition started. I just know that it's a lot
I don't
easier now
remember.
than having to take it to the check station.
Yes, I just remember it being easier than it was when I was quite young. And it's just as simple as you open up your app and you hit mobile e-check-in, and then you fill out all your information, where you're at, the time, certain measurements, just depending on what you have killed, and you hit submit, and that is it.
Maybe get out here and try this.
Yes, I was just thinking, listen, if you're one of my friends from Edmond or you live in the city, just try hunting is my thing. Go fishing, go on a hunt, go on some certain hike and find some wildlife. Do something in nature, because it's where I find my happiness, my happy place, and my comfort my entire life. And so many great memories are made when you do that. So I just highly recommend, please, just give it a try.